But when you look at public policy, you should not look at the intentions behind public policy. You should ask, what are the effects?
Still have a lot of questions regarding minimum wage, so this will
And
be
you
a
see
good
the
time.
effect of the minimum wage if you put yourself in the place of an employer. And currently, the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. In some places, much higher. But put yourself in the place of an employer and ask yourself, would you hire the person who is so unfortunate to have skills that will only enable him to produce $4 worth of value an hour and pay that person 7 something an hour? Most employers look at that as a losing economic proposition. And so the effect of the minimum wage law, the initial effect, is to discriminate against the employment of low-skilled people. And if you look at the empirical data on that, it's very rich. In some of my research, I point out that in 1948, if you look at the unemployment rate between black and white teenagers, the unemployment rate among black teenagers was slightly less than that among whites. And it wasn't because it was a lack of discrimination at that time. It was that the minimum wage had not been raised. The inflation had repealed the minimum wage. Then also, if you look at another book I wrote in 1990, I believe, and the title is South Africa's War Against Capitalism, where I spent about 3 months in South Africa studying its labor market. And the major supporters in South Africa for the minimum wage law are racist unions that would never hire a black, that would never hire a black.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. So South Africa, very racist union workers, they're supporting minimum wage. Why?
And their stated reason was to have the wage high enough that employers would not hire black workers. And give me an example that in 1972, white construction workers, unskilled construction workers were making $1.91 an hour.
That was low.
And firms were hiring black construction workers to do the same job for 39 cents an hour. So what was the incentive of contractors? Was hire black workers because they were cheaper. And so the unions figured, well, if they can make black workers just as expensive as white workers, they would improve their bargaining position. So the minimum wage law has two dramatic effects so far as human beings are concerned. It discriminates against low-skilled employment, and it lowers the cost of discrimination. That is, whenever you deny people the right to lower the price for what they sell or raise the price for what they buy, you make the less preferred person worse off. Let me give you another example, a really quick example.
Damn, this is hard to grasp. Okay. Can you guys explain in the comment section below what you're trying to say? I think what I'm getting is low skill labor. I think, is it because we have overpriced the low skill labor? That's what it is. Is it because we have the low skilled worker has been overpriced, I think. Am I wrong here? Let me know in the comments section. I don't know.
A fat, old, ugly, cigar-smoking man married to a beautiful young lady. What kind of prediction would you make about that man's income?
Millionaire.
You guess it's pretty high. What is he doing? He's telling the beautiful young lady, look, I can't compete for your hand on the basis of a guy like Williams. So I'm going to...
I see where you're going, Mr. Williams. I see where you're going, Mr. Williams.
Says,
That was
I'm going
good.
to offset my handicap by offering you higher prices. Now, some of you would say, well, is it fair for beautiful young ladies to treat fat, old, ugly cigar-smoking men differently than handsome men? And you say, no, we're going to make a law. And you make a law that beautiful women had to treat fat, old, ugly cigar-smoking men just like they treat handsome men. Then after you make a law such that, what happens to the probability of a fat, old, ugly cigar-smoking man marrying a beautiful young lady? It goes to zilch.
Yeah,
because
it goes
you've
down.
taken away his most effective means of competing with the more preferred person. It's the same thing setting minimum prices. You deny less preferred people the most effective tool for competing with more preferred people. That is, just look at filet mignon and chuck steak. How does chuck steak compete with filet mignon? It goes for a lower price. And if you had an equal steak law, then people would buy all filet mignon and chuck steak would sit on the shelves. So it's a general principle that minimum wages discriminate against less preferred people.
Oh man, that's it. Really? Damn, man, I thought it was a little bit longer. Damn. So it devalue people's skills. That's what I'm getting. If, like he said, fat cigar smoking guy, he's not pretty, like a handsome guy, but at least he can compete with the market by earning a lot of money. Earning a lot of money equal resources, therefore female attracted to him. Then handsome guy doesn't have a lot of resources. That's not as important as the money. So him being pretty is not equal in the marketplace as something that the attractive lady will have. And that was a very good example. If you pass a law that pretty girl has to treat both the same, then the fat cigar smoking guy has no incentive. So the value. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. Let me know if I'm right on this. Let's say teacher is earning $30 an hour, and then let's say parking ticket guy, the guy that is outside in the parking tickets is selling parking tickets. Let's say is now working hourly, and usually he's just working $10 an hour. They pass a law and say, no, 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 no. Parking ticket guy and everybody else in the state, or let's say federal, in the federal government level, or everywhere. Let's say federal, right? Instead of state, let's just say federal. Everybody as a minimum wage is gonna be $25 an hour. So the parking ticket guy that was earning $10 an hour goes to 25, right? That means that's what, 100, 120%, 150%, I think it is. 150. Yeah, 150% increase is the salary. Not by skill, but by law. So that means that t-shirt salary of $30 an hour decrease in value in the marketplace, which it will create an inflation in the market, if you think about it. Because everything will go up now. And then we have to pass another minimum wage law. And now 25, let's just 50. Right? Why not have to do 100, right? Huh. Man, these are topics that, oh my God, are very scary in some ways. Scary because how difficult it will be to really apply them in today's day and age. I don't know, man. Walter Williams, another one from Walter Williams. I like him. Do like him. Too bad that he's gone now, but man, one of those American icons, man. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm very close to understand the law, the minimum wage. If anything, just make sure that you share the